All right, so a little bit of bonus content, because I said in the last video that me and Eric have already sat down and started brainstorming what we're doing with the next project. And without giving too much away, what do you think the people can expect?
We're not going over 4 cylinders. We're just not, like, you know. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Per side.
Yeah, per side.
There you go.
There you go. Hopefully, stock for a little while, you know, cruise it, you know.
Enjoy it, get to learn the platform.
Exactly. You know, play with it a little bit, you know, caress her, make her feel special. Because that's what you got to do. I mean, a lot of people don't understand that. You don't just buy something
and just throw power at it. And
just, you know, shove it all the way in the ass. You just don't do that. You know, you got to rub on it a little bit, you know.
By the way, CPPA laws, this video is not made for children.
Okay, so, no, you know, you get to know it, you know, you take it apart a little bit, you know, here and there, you know, get to the stuff to where you can actually see what you're doing. Don't just rush off and buy, hey, you know, I got me a V6, I just bought a V6 you know, a V6 Challenger, I'm gonna supercharge it. And go and just do it. If you're doing it, you can't, don't do it that way. You know, get the car, check it out, look things over, plan stuff out.
Learn how comfortable you are with the platform.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, that's a major thing. If you can't get your head away from, oh, it's only a V6, you know,
then you will never be on this level.
Well, you know, you're not gonna want this. That's the issue.
Yep.
You know, you've got to figure out what you like, what you can handle, and then go from there. Because you know, you go by, you know, somebody that doesn't know how to drive and is not in the thing. They buy something like this, and they're like, oh, it's a V6. Well, you can hurt yourself with it. That's the issue.
Very quickly.
You know, so you got to get used to it. You know, you don't just go get you a 1,200 horsepower car if you've never drove anything, because you know,
you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're probably gonna hurt other people, and that's the main issue. I don't really care. Go out, wrap yourself around a tree. That's cool. You did you, but you know, you hit a family out there, and that's where it becomes the issue.
Exactly. I think that's kind of a big difference me and you have, is we go through every step of it, learn the difference in the power, and then we fucking Mopars, man.
Redneck Haven! Woohoo!
Jesus. But yeah, we go through, we add something, we feel how it contributes to the platform, and then we add on from there. We take our time with it.
You know, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with going out and having a car and throwing a bunch of stuff on it. There's nothing wrong with that if you're used to being able to drive a vehicle with a lot of power.
Yeah.
You know, one thing is, you know, we're definitely going to stay NA for a while.
Oh, yeah.
We're not going to worry about boosting anything until we got a good, decent setup to where if we decide to really boost it, we can boost it. You know, I'm talking like, you know, 75 pounds or something like that.
Oh, God, Jesus Christ. Yes, everybody, we're doing a diesel swap on the Corvette.
Right? Be sure you beep out that C word that you did.
Stupid.
You did it, not me.
You're so dumb.
It just might have it to where it's like, cunt. No, you know, I mean, you get it, you play with it, you know, you have fun with it, and you do what you really want to do, because, you know, when it's all said and done, that's what it is. Yep. It's about, you know. You know, the one thing I can't stand is the people that, you know, they walk up to a car that's been worked on or something. Man, this looks like shit.
Yep.
You know, hey, it doesn't look like shit to the person that bought it or that's building it, because that's how they wanted it, you know?
Exactly.
You might say, hey, that I don't like the way that you know, that's not for me. Don't even say I don't like the way that looks. You know, that's not for me.
Yep.
Because a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears go into, you know, building anything, you know. And anybody that's out there doing it, you know, have the respect for that, because, you know, y'all might not see eye to eye aesthetically or even platform wise, but, you know, it's the same community, you know.
Yep.
You want to go fast, you know, you want to blow, you know, hell, like the Jeep, you know. Shit, I want to go mud, you know. That's my group, you know. There's a beast, you know. So, you know, don't hate just to hate. I mean,
well, I want you to put the final hominis dominus on this, because the big thing now, man, is everybody goes, he's selling because there's something wrong with it. As the guy who did 95% of the work on this thing, what's wrong with this car?
We don't want to put $45,000 into it.
Exactly! God, there it is! Because the next moves we're going to be all about building that engine. And building that is not fucking cheap for what we want to do.
Because you've got, you know, yes, they have rods, they have pistons, they have, you know, forged rods and pistons and stuff for it now. They don't have a crank for it yet.
Nope.
You gotta get crank built. They don't have heads built, so you know you gotta get the heads reworked. A lot of them, you know, that's just normal. You know, you gotta get heads reworked anyway. I can guarantee you though, you can't do, you know, if you want to do bigger valves, you have to have the valves made. The cams have to be made. So
all 4 of them. Yeah,
all 4 of them, not just 2, not just 1, 4. So and that's the issue you start having. You know, yeah, you know, you can keep on building it. You know, throw $40,000 into it, and still have something that's not out there. But at some point, you got to remember, when he went to try to trade this in, the first thing they said, you know, we're basically just going to price it like it's stock.
Yep.
Because they don't have anything out there that they can base it off of. So you put $45,000 in the motor, guess what?
That's $45,000 you're out.
Yeah, you know, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, when they're like, oh, it's worth $10,000. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, I've got $70,000 to $80,000 in the car, and you're only gonna give me $10,000 for it. That's where at the point we're at. So,
yep.
You know, it's not even that we're bored, that he's bored of it. It's just, you know, nothing's wrong with it. It still drives like a bat out of hell. And
I mean, that's the misconception people get. I love this fucking car. I adore this thing. Like, literally, this is that car that no matter where I go, I get out. I turn back and I still look at this thing. Yep. The fact that I can go out and play with cars that are way more expensive and have more horsepower, that's the kicker for me. So this thing has more than accomplished its job. It's been smiles per gallon in this thing, but it's to a point where monetarily, it just doesn't make sense.
Well, the issue is that at this point, it's where you have to set it off to the side, and it has to stay off to the side for quite some time.
Yep.
So instead of that, you know, we're just gonna look for a different vehicle.
Yep.
You know, let somebody else enjoy it.
Exactly.
You know, it's built up to the point where, you know, somebody can get into it and they can get down and they can have fun with it. They can enjoy themselves, and, you know, possibly hurt themselves. Yes, of course, but still, it's at that point. So, you know, instead of having nothing for a while, you know, we're gonna go get something else and play with it for a little while, and, you know, it's different YouTube content on top of it all.
Well, and I mean, the thing that I've explained in a couple of previous videos that people just for some reason can't understand is the person that buys this vehicle, yes, we do have a potential buyer lined up. That was the whole point of the cage swap and everything. But I plan on taking that person out and teaching them about the car, because yes, it's a V6. It has more power than the usual vehicle. And if you don't know how to drive this car, it has certain quirks, traction, that if you don't know how to handle that, or you don't know how to counter steer or correct, you're going to crash. You're going to. It's not a joke. It's not us trying to talk big. It's literally the setup on this car. You will put it into a tree.
It's the difference between me getting in the Jeep and flooring it when it's wet, and the tires not breaking free, versus getting in this and it's wet and I floor it and the tires break free, and if I don't know how to drive, then you know, I'm potentially going to hurt everybody around me, and that's just ridiculous. You know, so I mean, you know, you'll get to learn a little bit. You know, it's not gonna be a huge crash course, because I mean, you know, experience is the best.
Exactly.
So, but I mean, you know, that's the thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the car. don't know, you know, everybody's got to say that because, you know, that's just the way people are. But I mean, mechanically wise, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the car. We got the interior swap back today, so you know it's golden.
Well, this is a long enough video now, like this interview format, that I'll be able to make this a secondary video. So this will be the Wednesday post. But I wanted people to hear it from you, because I mean, mechanically, I mean, honestly, in the V6 world, who's more of an expert on these things now? Honestly, like, yeah. What have we not taken apart on this car?
I mean,
literally.
The motor's still growing. There's nothing wrong with the motor. The damn transmission has been replaced.
With a fucking racing transmission.
Exactly. So there's nothing wrong with that. We just replaced the
suspension
diff not too long ago.
Suspension's just been done.
Yeah, the suspension's brand new.
Brembos, like, honestly, and I mean, I hate to say this, but the truth is there. Someone could buy this car, do a crate swap.
Yep.
This would be a fucking monster again for somebody who, okay, I like how aesthetically it looks and I like all the other mods. I don't like the V6. Hello.
Yep. Do an engine swap.
But I wanted them to hear it from you, brother, because everybody keeps coming back at me like, oh, obviously there's something broken, and I'm like, all right, well, think whatever you want. People love drama. I get that. I know that's what makes the world go around, but our intentions here are a lot more subtle than you think. Like, we literally just want someone else to enjoy it while we start a new build, because 90% of the car stuff for me and Eric is we like tearing things down. We actually like being able to build it and see what we can make happen. Yeah, weird.
These, like, you know, I mean, what we did the whole engine swap, or the interior swap today.
Yep.
3 hours.
Yeah, the first time we did it was not 3 hours. It was not 3 hours. No, we had to build brackets and oh god. But I mean, yeah. At this point, man, this whole car has been a learning thing. Like, there are certain things that we've had to go through and learn on our own because it just hasn't been publicized. No one's taken the time to do the research that we've been able to do. That's why, like, without it sounding cocky, I see us as kind of the quintessential experts as far as the Pentastar LX platform. I mean, there's not a question on here we cannot answer. I mean, I don't know how to make it any more simple than that. So stop thinking that the motives are something else. It's just literally we're ready to move on to the next project. We realize that we have classed this out as far as it can go that monetarily makes sense. Yeah. And we're ready to do something else. That's literally all it is.
And, you know, if y'all really are worried about, you know, there's something wrong with it, then fine. Go and tell everybody that you possibly can to subscribe. That way we'll make enough money on YouTube and we can keep it, pay it off, and also get the other one.
Oh,
because,
man.
I mean, unless y'all want to chip in, you know, that's what's going to happen, you know. I mean, that's just the way it works, you know. I mean, we're not rich here, you know. We're just doing what we want to do, and we're doing it the best way we can, you know. I mean, shit. Would we love to be able to keep it? Yeah. And would we be able to get another car? No.
I mean, we could, but here's the other problem. Where the fuck am I going to put another car?
No shit. I can't keep it out here.
Because with my current job, I'm doing very well. Buying another vehicle really honestly wouldn't be an issue. It's keeping it somewhere and making sure, you know, all of my vehicles are in rotation. Like, anyway, back to the other thing. Yep. The other car that's coming. It's going to be loud. It's going to be fast. It's going to be low. And in A, we're going to chase a number before we even think about boost. And boost options, we're not, I'm telling you right now, we're not going to do a root style charger. I don't like positive displacements. I think it's strange. It gets very hot very quickly. I'm just not a fan of it. Yep. So it's either going to be a centrifugal, which either goes to Vortec again, ANA, or Pro Charger, or there's a big ass single turbo setup we could always play with.
Yeah. I mean, I've got some leaf blowers.
It's been done. It's been done. No.
I don't care. I don't care. We can still do it. You know,
But
I got a like backpack leaf blower, man. That way.
a leaf blower. Nice. Leaf blower. Get it.
A beef blower.
But guys, that was the whole point of this right here. This is going to be another video to go up. I wanted it to be a single take between me and Eric talking, so you understand there's nothing wrong with it. Like, we're just ready for the next thing. That's literally the whole thing. So, Eric, you're closing them out, dog. What you got to say to the people? You look like a testicle.
Ooh.
Oh my God, look at this guy.
Yep. So, cunts, pussy. I mean, stay savage.
Oh.